Downtown Cleburne is making a comeback, and this show will take you inside the stores and the stories of the courageous entrepreneurs who are making it happen. On this first episode of Downtown Heroes, I wanted to take you to see my friends Jim and Connye Hart, the owners of the Publish Page Bookshop. The Publish Page is a unique bookstore on East Chambers Street, right on the Courthouse Square. Buying this old building and setting up shop was a bold move, motivated by Jim's love of books and bookstores. Why did you want to be in business selling books, right? So you could have been doing other things besides selling books. So why books?
It's an insanity thing, I think, Craig, is the only way to approach it. We actually, a year and a half ago, had money in the bank, and now I've got a banker who cringes when I walk in the door. But it's just the concept. I like having books. I think that they're essential. I like the atmosphere of a bookstore. I grew up going into bookstores. I think they lend something that, a sense of community, a sense of involvement that you don't get most places.
So tell me how you got started in books or selling books.
In the late 90s, I was writing software. I was selling a few books online just as fun to upgrade my own collection. In 97, I got a call from Larry Sauter, who owned Land Run Books in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Told me he had a sale going. Wanted to know if I'd come see him. We walked into Land Run Books in Stillwater, and I asked Larry what was for sale, and he said, my books. And I said, which ones? He said, my books. And 2 hours later, we had bought the entire lock, stock, and barrel of Land Run Books. It's sort of like Ebola. Once you get infected, you don't ever get it out of your system. So. We actually ended up here by accident. I had gone to the Granbury to look at the building, and on the way back, I Googled a property in Cleburne. We walked the downtown, and this was a year and a half ago. We really liked the merchants. They all had felt that Cleburne, the downtown Cleburne, had gone downhill and had turned a corner. The small business group was working together. Everybody was very welcoming. They're just very friendly, welcoming, open people. I liked their shops. I liked the people, and I just felt like this is a neighborhood, a community we can fit into. If you look at the outside structure, it's very distinctive. And this building was sitting there on the Courthouse Square. It's a historic building. It just looked like it ought to have a bookstore in it. After I wandered around downstairs, I could really see how this fit. Then we went upstairs, and I looked at the upstairs, and I thought, this building is talking to me, and I need to be here.
Well, tell me how old the building is and how many square feet you got here.
This building, we have 10,000 square feet, 5,000 up, 5,000 down. The building was built in 1880 by Marceli Chambers. But when you walk up the stairway and walk into the building, you're looking into a big central atrium. Has a 12-foot skylight. The whole back is an office suite that was an attorney suite. Shaw's Photography up there. There was a dentist office up there. And it's a step back in time, wooden paneling. Right now it's a total mess. There have been roof leaks. There's wallpaper sagging, hanging from the wall, but when it's repaired, which we will do, it will be a wonderful facility. We host a lot of events now. My goal is to have that where it will be a place for holding events, for doing performances. There are a lot of things that we can do.
I didn't want to just see the store, though. I wanted to actually buy some books. I got a gift exchange coming up, and I need 5 books for nieces and nephews.
I'll give you a couple of options. We have several. That one we could do
Never
the same
eat anything
title.
that moves. Good, bad, and very silly advice from kids. Nice, fantastic. So how much is this book?
That book is 595 pennies.
Oh, okay. All right, excellent.
Now,
Good, I think this one's a keeper. How to Clean Your Room.
that's exactly what it
A
is.
survival skills book. Excellent. I've got 4 that I like.
Okay.
So now we just got to find one more.
One more. You could buy 2 for each of them. No.
All right, good. Okay, I think I'm going to go with these 5.
All right. We'll let Snow Pumpkin return to his lair.
Cool. Well, you told me that you're thinking about doing a Kickstarter, so tell me the story
We are looking at
behind
the Kickstarter. The upstairs is a fantastic venue, but it's a 6-figure investment. It's probably going to take me, I would say, in the range of $250,000 to get the upstairs, everything up to code. I've got to go in and completely rewire it. I've got to replumb it. I'm in my 70s now. I plan to live to be 150, but I'd like the last 30 or 40 years of it to be a little more relaxed. I don't want to still be working on the building. And the Kickstarter would not be for $250,000, but it would be for enough capital to get the thing kickstarted.
What would be the ideal scenario in 5 or 10 years from now? Where would you like your store to be at? What would you like to see happening here?
Particularly small independent bookstores give an identity to a place. We have book signing events. We have an authors group that meets here. I want people to come in with a sense of awe and to leave and tell everybody that you have to go down there. And that's what I want. I want this to be a place that in the book world, it becomes a place that you have to put on your destination. If you're going to go looking at books and you're in Texas, you're going to make a trip to Cleveland to come by this store. And we're getting there slowly. I'm entering you as a customer because we do give a customer discount after a while.
Oh, nice.
You made some good choices.
Wow. I had someone that's familiar with books. He was recommending some to me as I was looking at them.
You have to be careful with those kind of guys.
Uh-huh.
We try, when you walk in here, we kind of x-ray what you've got in your wallet so that we can make sure that you don't feel too heavy when you leave.
Sort of a weight loss program of
Weight
sorts.
loss program. And that came to $34.69.
Wow, even under budget.
Oh, darn. I didn't intend for that to happen. Got a chip? Just slide it right in the bottom there.
Ouch.
That was 5 bookmarks I grabbed.
Wow, talented.
Talented or lucky. I've actually been lucky far more than I've been talented. So.
All right, thank you. What's one of the rewarding things about having this kind of place?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Actually, one of the most delightful experiences wasn't even in my store. I was in a half-price book somewhere, and I just walked in and was walking down, and there was a little boy, about 4 or 5, that came running down the aisle with his dad. And he saw his mother, and he said, "Mom, I get to take this book home and keep it." And that was a great experience. I liked seeing it. And that's the kind of books we have here. I had a little boy come in here, about 6 years old, who walked in with his family and looked around and said, "Is this a library?" I said, "No, it's a bookstore." He said, "What's the difference?" So I said, "Well, if you go in a library and you or your parents have a library card and you find a book you like, you can take that book home with you. And then after you've read it, you have to take it back to the library." I said, "You come in a bookstore and you find a book you like, you or your mom or dad's going to have to give me a little money, and you get to take the book home and you get to keep it forever." And he thought about it and said, "Well, I like both of those." I said, "Well, I like both of those too." So.
If you can make a convincing argument for why my suggestions on marketing are not good suggestions or wouldn't work, and then I'm going to go have to make a donation to a downtown nonprofit here.
Okay.
And if you can't come up with a good reason for why these aren't all bad ideas, and then you're going to need to implement them within the next 30 days, or at least start implementing one of those. Do we have a deal?
Sounds like a good deal.
All right. You'll shake on it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go high to low. So more expensive to less expensive.